Hi guys. This could be an interesting set of videos. You may recognize what you're seeing. Kerbal Space Program. Woo! Going back to Kerbal Space Program. Basically, what we're doing is I am not going to be playing this one. Guess who's going to be playing this one? That would be Azmeria. Basically, I know a lot more about this game than he does. Funny that, having played it a significant amount more.
And
So what we're
someone's
going
a
to do...
physics fag.
little bit. What we're going to do is I'm going to basically give him instruction as he goes on how to do it. And how to actually play and get into orbit and so forth. Now, if anyone saw the video that I posted, it didn't go enormously well, but I was rushing things a little bit and did smash very quickly into the moon. But if I had not been rushing things and had instead come down on the day side of the moon, I probably wouldn't have actually crashed. So we will see how this goes. We're going to start small. We're going to start by building a rocket. And that rocket is... What's that?
Try and get me into orbit. Because I can get into orbit, but not really consistently.
Yeah, so what we'll do is I'll try and teach him how to build a rocket that will consistently get into orbit. And if we have time in this episode, we'll get him to fly it. If not, that'll probably come next time. But we may as well get going and
flying.
reduce time that it's going to... I'm just going to shut up and we'll get going. So...
reduce enough Kerbals into slag.
Yes. So what you need to do is build a rocket that you think will get into orbit.
Okay.
And so I'll tell you whether or not it's shite.
which it probably will be.
Well, it started out quite well.
Yeah, one module.
Yeah,
real
it's a good start.
Yeah, I usually try and build something that will get people around in an emergency.
Are you planning on actually having these guys come back?
Well, it's more a case of they don't so much come back as never leave.
Do you want them to be able to come back into the atmosphere?
Usually, yes.
Then you have missed a part already.
What's that?
Grab your fuel tank and drag it away to the side. That's it. And now go to utility. That's the tab with the cogs there on the right hand side.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Oh.
Now you want to go onto the next page over, I think. No, back one. Have they put it in? Oh no, it's under structural now.
What am I missing?
Sorry, it's under structural now. You need a decoupler.
A decoupler?
Go into structural. Yep. Now you want to go to the next page over, I think.
Oh no, that's not decoupler.
No, that's not a decoupler. Next page over. Next page. And you
want the decoupler.
Yep. Well, that one's the separator. Good point to explain. Separators disconnect from both the bit above them and the bit below them and are completely separate later. A decoupler stays attached to the bit below them.
Okay. And
so
why would that be beneficial?
Say you had an Apollo-style rocket where you've got your command module on the top, and underneath you've got your lander.
Yeah.
When they get up into orbit, it would have a separator between them, so you'd separate.
Yeah.
You'd then turn the command module around and nose in onto the lander.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that and you had a decoupler, you'd just have a decoupler stuck on top of the lander that you couldn't dock to.
Right.
It's something that's probably easier to show once we actually get to that point. For now, we're just building this.
I think I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have your docking points, but you'd have a separator in between, and the fact that the separator then leaves allows you to
exactly.
dock them.
What you'd have is you'd have a docking port on top of the lander.
Yeah.
Then a separator, and then you'd have the engine of the support module.
Yeah. So rather than a decoupler, which would get in the way of one side or the other by staying attached.
Exactly, it would stay. And then you wouldn't be able to dock. Yeah.
So in this case, it doesn't actually matter. But I don't think there's a.
No, it does the same job, and actually there is. The decoupler is the one on the previous page. It's not very well organised, irritatingly.
Nobody really uses it. And I will need a separator under here.
Actually, just out of interest, hover over the big separator on the left. What's the mass? The mass is 0.45. Now go to the previous page and hover over the decoupler, third one up, second across. No, third up, second across. That's it. 0.4. So actually the decoupler's slightly lighter. So ideally, you want to use the decouplers if it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
They're huge, which means it doesn't make sense that they're actually lighter, but you'll want to do the same for the decoupler there.
No,
for the separator,
you want separators for rocket
No, it's irrelevant.
Is it?
It's irrelevant. The decoupler will completely detach from the thing above it. It doesn't matter if a decoupler is still attached to a fuel tank, because the fuel tank is going to be disposed of anyway.
Good point.
So we need some fuel. You go on and build what you think is good. Yep.
Oh, before I forget, I've just declared I want to bring them back. I will need parachutes.
You're going to want the XL, which is the
blue one.
Blue one? Yeah, that's the boy. That's
on the last rocket I tried to make this morning, I had a bunch of extra stuff attached to the top of the nose cone there in case that needed to work, and yet every time I deployed the parachute, the whole thing just ripped off.
Yeah, that tends to be how escape towers tend to work. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was a bit lame.
You need an engine.
Yes, funny that that thought had come to mind. Where's my mainsail?
It's going to be on the left. Next one down. That's the skipper. Next one down.
There's my mainsail. Good. Okay, got me my main engine. I'm now going to use... No, not fuel boosters. For some reason you hate those.
I don't hate them, I just prefer liquid boosters.
Yeah,
but if you're going to attach anything to the side, you need radial decouplers first.
Good point. I hadn't thought of that.
I highly recommend using those ones, yeah.
Yeah, I always do.
Because it gives you a bit of breathing space.
Yeah.
I also recommend putting them a bit higher up than the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
About...
That should... it's not even... I'm nowhere near as anal as you are, but it does annoy me a little.
I know. Zoom out a bit, man. It's much easier.
I'm a zoom in.
There you go.
Zoom, zoom,
yeah,
zoom.
somewhere like that would be fine.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You can use solid rocket boosters if you like.
Nah,
and then we can have you launch it and show you why it's better not to use them.
Screw you.
No, really, it's a good thing to learn. It's a good thing to learn why it's up a bit. You're not on the decoupler.
I'm probably gonna have to come from the side. There we go.
You just have to have the mouse sitting in the right place, is all.
Sit you in the right place.
That's what she said.
Ooh.
Okay.
Right, so let's get the staging right because this is not right.
No, it's not. I would personally put the launch clamps on first. Stability clamps.
Oh, I'm gonna bring it down and it'll sit fine.
I recommend putting launch clamps on. It means that there's no stress on the bottom engine when you launch.
Fine.
It's a good habit to get into.
I'll put you in a habit.
Yeah, you can put them there. I personally tend to put them on the boosters at the point of the decoupler, but it doesn't really matter. That's because I tend to have more boosters on, that's all.
Well, obviously...
So there's no space to get it through.
We all know this is not going to get anywhere.
Oh, it's going to get somewhere, it just probably won't get into orbit. There's there's not enough fuel.
God, no, it's not getting into orbit.
Okay,
this needs to be on the very bottom.
No, you don't want to have them as a separate stage. You want to have them in with your first boosters.
Exactly, but they definitely don't need to be up there, was my point.
But they do need to be in there. You want to get rid of that separate
stage.
Yeah.
Right, that's those, which is what I want. Yep. That needs to be above this.
No, hang on a minute.
Yeah, because
they've split apart. No, they've split apart because you moved them. That's all 4 of them there. You need to move.
Yeah, that's what I want. I need
stage 4 needs to be inside stage 5. You need to drag that in. They're all the.
What? No.
Yeah, no. Look at them. Drag the thing from that stage into the one below it, and get rid of stage 4. Those are all your radial decouplers. Look, there's a group of 3 and a group of 1.
Oh, is that
which are those
3?
4?
Oh, yeah. Right. I couldn't count.
You can't
even. Hey, I've got to be fair. I have an excuse. I'm wearing new glasses with a new prescription.
Oh well, fair enough. Yeah, if your eyes haven't adjusted yet. Okay, so then you've got your main engine firing.
Yeah, so that's my main. Those on the bottom.
Yep.
That's not my main engine. I want that
Yeah, it
as my
is.
main engine down there.
No, no, wait, do you?
No, those are my 4 boosters, and that's my liquid, which I want
Yeah,
at the same time.
but you don't necessarily. The boosters are almost certainly going to be enough to lift this on their own, which means that you can get high up before you start burning liquid. So you'll want a new stage for it.
Yeah, pop it in stage 3. This is probably the part where I realise that I've switched off recording the mouse, which might make this a bit weird.
It's all right. We can work out what's going on. You know.
Oh yeah, well, they don't need to see what's going on.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
so then
want
you got
the
your
parachute
decoupler.
going off with the same. I don't want my
No.
parachute going off with the decoupler at the top. That would be bad.
Indeed, yes. Well, technically it could
Oh wait,
work.
no,
You
no,
just...
no. Yes, it does. I do want it coming off at the same time because
No,
that
you don't.
Yes, I do, because that top decoupler
Yep.
will only be decoupled when this thing will be entirely on its own.
Yes, but then it's
Oh.
better to have the
It could be
ability
floating
to
in space.
activate it when you need
Yeah,
it.
because it could be floating in space or whatever
Exactly.
for some reason. Ooh, speaking of floating in space, I'm going to add some things that should probably be added. Not there, under the decoupler. Things
You're going to put in an RCS tank, aren't you?
Exactly. Well, no,
And SAS,
RCS,
yeah.
yeah.
SAS is your
Very
god.
useful. Oh god, yes. And yes, probably some RCS. Where's the RCS tank? There it is. I'm probably also going to put some SAS lower down as well.
No, really, only the one for a rocket this size is needed.
Really? I
Yeah.
tend to overdo it. What I used to do is add SAS on top of anything that was protruding. I'd put SAS on top as well in order to try and stop it from rocketing itself to pieces.
I'll be honest with you here. The RCS tank is, at this point, just a structural weakness and you don't actually need it. Because we're not going to get to the point where you're going to be using RCS with this.
No, we're not.
We're really not going to get there.
No, okay, let's be practical
at this
here.
point, because for some reason the connections between that and anything else are actually weaker than the connections
Really?
between anything else. It's actually just a structural failure point.
Weird. Okay.
I know, it's irritating.
Let's take this.
Should we give this beastie a go? Do you want to save it so you have forever an example of what not to do?
Oh, fair enough.
Actually, this would be a really, really good suborbital one. If what
Okay.
you wanted was to get to the other side of the planet really quickly, this would be brilliant for that.
Okay. Anyway, this is the what not to do Mark 1.
Cool. Hit the save.
And then
Have we
launch.
still got everything in the right place? Yes, we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your earlier one.
Yeah. My earlier failings.
The other one that was tearing its escape tower off. So yeah, guys, we will see you next episode, and we will be flying at that point.
We're flying high.
We're flying,
We're
right,
flying
up to the sky. Oh god, we're cutting now. Bye. Oh god, no! I know exactly which file is which. I am a nerd.
I don't. I often get confused.
No,
Okay,
data
so-
organization is my bitch,
Yeah.
and I am
right.
totally using that soundbite.
And I've got muffin in my keyboard.
Dude, I'm also using that one.
I thought you might.